We're going into game number 4 right now. Again, if Kaldi wants to lock up this spot, he needs 2 straight games. Otherwise, extra rounds, boys. Buckle in, because who knows what ErA is going to bring in game number 4. Well, this is something I don't think we've actually seen this season yet.
Yeah, Paladin on Paladin action.
Well met.
Well met.
And we're going to see the importance of Muster for Battle and Knife Juggler in this one. Both are opening hands pretty darn good.
Actually, one of them's the aggressive version.
Oh, gosh. ErA's playing, this is all in for him. If he actually gets ahead on this board, I mean, you're looking at...
I've actually never... Okay, maybe once have I played the actual mirror, where it's not the aggro deck versus aggro deck. It's like the control version versus the aggro deck. They have consecrations in their deck, so that's pretty good in this matchup. Muster for Battle is great in this matchup on both sides.
Kaldi.
Tyrion is not beatable, by the way, if he gets to it.
Look at this, by the way. I think Kaldi knows what ErA's playing here.
Oh, of course he does.
I think he's just got the read.
Or not, of course he does, but yeah, I think you can... I mean, ErA played it against him in game 1 of their match that got rescheduled.
Yeah.
This is a hard turn for ErA here. Do you play an Upper No? I think you just make a 1-1.
I mean, you have to let it go. You obviously can't risk the Knife Juggler. Leper Gnome is basically the same thing as a hero power in this spot, and either way, you get punished by Muster for Battle. This is...
Now, he might... Okay, so what's going to have to happen here is he could play his own Muster for Battle here, but I'm not sure I love that. I might just like Leper Gnome make a 1-1, and then try to get Consecration to happen, and then go from there. Or I was going to say, this is definitely better.
Yeah, that was,
if Worgen of Trader make a 1-1 here.
That was actually the perfect pickup, because if you play the Leper Gnome, you just suicide it.
Yeah, but it takes some pressure off his face. You get 2 damage in. If Kaldi gets to play this Tyrion, this game's going to be over. We're going to 5.
Yeah.
That card is not beatable, unless you have an Owl, and then still it's going to be hard.
Now, here we go. Consecration is going to swing this game right back around. Yeah, but Kaldi's got a second Muster for Battle in his hand.
Yeah, he's got a second Muster for Battle that's really good for him. ErA gets a lot of his life total back here as well.
Second Consecration gets drawn, though. And he's got Knife Juggler and Muster for Battle to answer this. Yep. Kaldi, I'm sorry, ErA just might have run away with this game.
Yeah, this is why I said he had to play it this way. Sometimes you have to play your aggro deck extremely slow, because he gets to follow up here with the best follow-up in this matchup, which is Knife Juggler into Muster for Battle. He only needs 2 of these juggles to hit.
Well, there is a 4th token being made here.
Yeah, okay, so now he's going to need 3. I forgot we were going to turn 5 for Kaldi here.
Yeah, I don't think there's a world where you just Consecration this board again.
No, you have to get going.
Yeah.
You cannot let this game get away from you. You know that they have 8 drops in their deck that are really good and unbeatable.
You got Blessing of Kings in your hand. You have Argent Protector. You have everything to run away with it if Kaldi does not have Consecration right here.
That was a little unlucky there.
It's still, you know, I still think he's feeling fine with this. You know, Kaldi has to, obviously he wants to take care of this Knife Juggler here. Wow, that may put a brick wall in front of things for a moment.
This game is so insane. It's so fast-paced.
Okay, so Blessing of Kings and Argent Protector is going to allow him to run over this Sludge Belcher. So it's a matter of whether or not Kaldi can pick up like an Aldor Peacekeeper.
ErA needs to find...
Silence, maybe?
Yeah, ErA needs to find a Silence minion as soon as possible as well, because... And he needs to know that he has to keep it in his hand for Tyrion. You can almost never use it on anything else.
So the 5/5 is daunting at this point.
Yeah, it's really hard to deal with out of Kaldi's hand. Out of Kaldi's deck.
He's got to play Dr. Boom here.
Right, and ErA's just going to push
7, 8,
here.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15 damage overall between the Leper Gnomes and the Consecrate. So given enough time, ErA is going to have plenty of gas.
Oh, wow. He's going to be able to double Leper Gnome into Divine Favor here as well. That was a great top deck for ErA here. Gets 3 fresh cards here. He's going to be able to use this mana. He has a Mukla?
Push it upstairs, ErA. That's the way to do it. We've seen him trade a lot of times when he's in these spots. Now is not the time for that, and all of those lessons learned up to this point matter at this point. We've seen Kaldi trade before, and I'm sorry, we've seen ErA trade before. I'm so glad he's not in this spot.
He might have to lean on this Tyrion, and here's the problem. ErA can run a Leper Gnome into it, still get 2 damage, and then he has a quality Consecration.
These Boombot rolls are going to have to be on point.
Also, if he just draws a Silence, I mean, the game's over.
Yeah. I think there's plenty of gas.
Oh my God, we might be seeing it here. We might be seeing the 4-way tie.
You know what? I look at this hand and I think to myself that Lay on Hands might be a little bit better.
Yeah, I think Lay on Hands is the play here, actually.
So step 1 is that.
Well, it depends on what happens. That was a terrible Boombot.
He's been getting bad ones all game. There's a second bad one, 2-8.
He's going to put his faith in the light here.
Quality consecrate, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. ErA has sealed up this game.
I was going to say, this is it.
ErA has just won 3 games to 1 over Kaldi. The 4-way tie in the 8th spot is real. Guess what, boys? We got bonus matches coming.
Look at ErA's reaction. I cannot wait to talk to him in this interview. What a season here. What a way to end it. Beating a Tyrion.
Yeah, that's a great feeling. Boy, what a season it has been for ErA, too. I mean, this guy's fought back from so much. He was down so badly at the beginning here, and he was the guy who set the pace in HPL. He was the one having to show where the adjustments were going, what mind games people were thinking, and then people could look at that and go, you know what, he didn't have a ton of success playing crazy cards. I get to play a little bit more standard at this point.